Hi guys and welcome. Today is a very special video which we're doing. It's our payday, and it's not just any payday. This is a moment we've been waiting for a couple of months now, and this is our payday where we are collecting our pay after we've achieved 40 energy and playing this 40 energy for the last 2 weeks. We've come, as you can see, we have a claim ready for us for 5716. It's going to increase a bit because I have not yet completed my daily tasks for today. So we'll just quickly complete this game of us, and then we're going to talk about how we came about making this 40 energy, and how we bought our Axies, as well as the entire thing as to how we reached to this stage. So I'm just going to quickly play one last game in adventure, and then I'm going to basically make that claim, and we'll talk about how we achieved making such a huge amount as well. Alright, so let's just quickly get into this last game of us, and I'll be playing level 1. I will be coming to as to why I'm playing level 1. We have a guide in place to help you achieve these stats. So I'll just quickly play this game now. Okay, so this is pretty going to be a pretty quick game because there's nothing much to do in level 1. I'm not going to be earning any SLP, as you'll see. I mentioned that in the guide, but I'm playing this just to finish my daily task, and this is the easiest level. I wouldn't want to waste time if I'm not earning any SLP or I'm not getting any experience. As you can see from my Axies, all my Axies are leveled up. I'm at level 25, which is the max of the Axies. Currently it is the max level which your Axie can reach. That's level 25, as you can see here, LV.25. So that's all of my Axies are on that level. At least the Axies which I use for adventure. I have a separate team for adventure mode, and I have a separate team for the arena. Obviously I would need a better team to play in the arena, and I was able to do that based on the plan I'm going to spell out to you all after this game. Alright, so we just have one Axie left, and as you can see, in a matter of seconds you finish the game. So this way, there's absolutely no experience I can gain more because my Axies are max level, and there's absolutely no SLP left because I don't have any energy. Alright, so what we're gonna do right now is, since I've completed my daily tasks, I'm going to add that to the total which I have to claim. So as you can see, it's 5916. I'm going to claim the 75 right now. Right, so that's 25, and the 50 which is in adventure. It's already been added actually. So it's not 75. So that brings my total up to 5941. Now I already have 200 SLP in my wallet, so that should be 5741, which I can claim. So let's just go back to the claim area. Just refresh this. So probably the marketplace is a bit slow because the stats are not yet refreshed. Okay, finally. So it's certainly not my internet connection. I have a fiber line. Probably after the Dex release of the Dex, I think the marketplace gone haywire, and there you can see it's 5741. So that's the claim that I have ready to be made. Alright, before I do this claim, I just want to go quickly over how we reached to this big huge amount that you see here, and this is just 11 days. I'll just show you how I reached this. So what basically happened is, whatever money actually, the thing is, when we just started, my wife and myself, we invested our whole savings, our whole life savings into this Axie Infinity game. And when we started, we did not actually have 3 Axies, we just had 2 Axies. And what we basically did is, we bought those 2 Axies. We actually bought 2 plant Axies, and our whole concept was that we were going to breed these 2 Axies and create a farm. But as we got into the game deeper, we realized that there's a whole lot of more money to be made, especially when you play the game and you also take part in the tournaments and even the season. Each season has a leaderboard, and if you're on that leaderboard, there's a whole lot of money that you can made. And that's not the only way that you can make money in Axie Infinity. Actually, there's a whole lot of things that you can do. Right now with Dex, you can stake your SLP and you can earn some money off there as well. And there are different ways. There's a whole guide put out by Axie Infinity itself, so if you're interested, go on to the official Axie Infinity site, and I can even drop the link in the description of this video as well. So coming back to what we did, so it's all basically a matter of just using our savings and just making a whole lot of sacrifices, and we were able to breed those 2 Axies and sell it onto the marketplace and then buy a 3rd Axie, and that's how we came up with our team. And by doing that, whatever SLP we earn, we invested a bit of it back into the game itself. By saying back into the game is basically buying, I went into even buying eggs off the marketplace, and then once those eggs hatched, we were able to sell it for double the price. And that's how we slowly, by breeding and by actually flipping Axies and flipping eggs from the marketplace, we were able to reach this figure of 10 Axies. And until October 26th, we had just 9 Axies, and that gave us just 20 energy. And our main goal was to reach 40 energy, and that was just the matter of just buying that one last Axie with our SLP savings, and we were able to do that. I'll just show you. This is the Axie that we were able to buy with our SLP, and the reason why we were able to buy this amazing Axie, if you see, it has really good card sets, and we are currently using this Axie in our main team. And this is our tank Axie, and it has Cute Bunny, it has Leaf Bug and Yam. Actually, these are the 3 cards that I wanted. This was just something else that just happened to be on the Axie. I would prefer to change this to maybe a Bone Snail or maybe a Pumpkin, but I think a Bone Snail is much better because that's 80 attack and 80 shield, and plus you draw a card when your shield breaks. Unlike Pumpkin, when your shield breaks, it's 115 shield, but there's no attack, and you'll get that so you'd rather have some attack at the same time of getting the benefits of Pumpkin. So that's the difference between Bone Snail and Pumpkin, and that's something I would like to do in future. Maybe upgrade this particular Axie so that we can have a better frontline tank with Bone Snail at the back. But all in all, this Axie is really great because it's currently helping us. We are in the 2000 plus range of MMR, and it's been consistent in helping us. Being a Dusk Axie, the difference between a Dusk Axie and a normal tank that you see is not just the health, it is the speed, which is also important when you're in the arena, because you want to go first. How this helps us is because of Cute Bunny. If I get this card draw early on in the match, in the first round, I'm going to play this Cute Bunny onto the tank in front, my opponent's tank, and what basically happens is most of the time they have Sirius, which is an energy stealer, so they end up missing that Sirius card as well as any other card. If they have Leaf Bug as well, they're going to end up missing it twice because fear gets applied twice, so they miss 2 turns, and that's really helpful. And most of the time we are able to use fear. Sometimes the card doesn't show up, but that's all right because you have Yam as well, and Yam is another good card in all of the debuffs that you have, because Yam is a card that can cause your opponent to be poisoned when they are attacking you as well as you are attacking them. So it's like a defensive poison, as well as you can see it's written here, in attack or in defense. So when they attack you, they get poisoned again. And this is the only debuff that I have seen that lasts after an Axie is killed. So even if your tank dies, you still end up with this, you still end up having the debuff of the poison eat into that particular opponent's Axie right up to the end. Alright, right up to the end. So coming back to this particular Axie that we bought, this was really a steal. We got it at 0.036, and we bought this on the 25th of October, so we were only able to get the benefit of 40 energies the next day. So I'm going to show you a chart as well as to how you are going to be able to save up to buy your own Axies. This is the time currently that you need to grab the opportunity and basically pick up the cheap Axies that are currently on the market, because you're not going to get this time ever again, because once the market changes, once the metrics change, and I think it's certainly going to change now that Dex is there, everyone has the ability to buy an Axie by changing their SLP into wheat. That is, as you can see here, I have 0 wheat right now, but this wheat is basically what helps you to buy an Axie. It's called Wrapped Ether. So when Ether is bought onto a different blockchain than the Ethereum blockchain, as Ronin is not an Ethereum blockchain, it is converted into wheat. It's called Wrapped Ether. Okay, so that Wrapped Ether allows the Ethereum to basically interact with other ERC20 tokens on the blockchain. Alright, I know that's too much of info, but that's what wheat means. It's just Ethereum, but it's wrapped Ethereum that we can use on our Ronin network. Alright, so coming back to how you can go about buying your own Axie. So I have certain guides that can help you. I'll be dropping all these links in the description that can help you to better your game. So I have something called as Understanding Damage Reflect. It will explain to you the abilities that you face. These are some of the common abilities that you face in the arena. So one very popular one is how to kill a Terminator. I have shown you how to kill a Terminator. And no, it's not gravel ant, not just by playing a gravel ant and you're blocking all their cards. It's something more than that. So go through this if you want to actually improve your gameplay. And I also have something called as chain and combo. How do you play a chain and combo? What is a chain? What is a combo? I've shown you, I've given you an in-depth guide as to that. It's very easy to understand. I've shown you some pictures as well of the Axie parts, so for your better understanding. And another very important guide is when and how to play your tank cards. Now, as I showed you, knowing when to play that cute bunny card is very important. If you have a card and you don't know when to play it and you play it at the wrong time, it's not going to give you the same benefit when you play it at a certain round or at a certain particular time. And I've explained all of that in detail. Some of the top cards that are available, I've shown you how you can basically use those cards in your gameplay. And the most important guide that I have is secret tips to earning more SLP, and that's something that you can use if you want to be like me. Even for a scholar, at some point in time you need to graduate from your scholarship. That scholarship is just given to you to help you to basically do something that you could not do on your own. Now, you did not have money on your own to buy your own team, okay, but this scholarship was given to you by someone who was able to do that. Okay, they have money, they did an investment, and they shared that investment with you. So after that, it's up to you to basically move ahead. Okay, you can't just be stuck and say I'm going to be a scholar all my life and just earn part of the money. Why earn part of the money when you can earn all of it? So I've shown you basically how there are certain tips how you can improve. As I said, I've spoken about how your levels need to be at level 25, where the higher your Axie level, the more money you can earn. Right, I made another video showing you what type of crits you can expect if your Axies are really high level. So this is a good guide to understand basically how to make use of all the energy that you have. And it's not just relevant to my 40 energy, it's you can just divide this by half, that's 20 energy, and you need to achieve half of the figures that I have shown you here. And I have given it to you with 20 energy in mind. As I said, you can play 20 energy games in the arena. 20 energy, you use that in the arena, and you can win 10 SLP per game, and that's 200 SLP plus 75 for completing your daily task. Now, as I said, you just seen me claim my 25, plus I achieved that 50 of the SLP, and that's what's all ready for me to claim. So coming back to the chart which I made a certain Excel sheet that shows you how much money you need to save up. Now that I shown you that 275 is achievable, and you can go through the details in that guide. I made this based on, as you can see here, I mentioned 200 SLP daily into 15 days. This was when I had 20 energy. So it's very realistic. If you see, you need approximately 10 wins, and you need to make approximately 12 around about 12.5 SLP approximately. These are all approximate figures, plus you get 75 for completing your daily task, that's 50 of the adventure mode, and 25 of the day completing the daily task. So that's something that you can do. As I said, I bought that Axie at 3.2 at 0.3 wheat, and that came to around about 9,600 total payout that I received in pesos. This is in pesos, but you get the idea. And the current SLP rate in pesos at that time was 3.2. Right now, today, the SLP is 3.89. Yesterday, it was, when they released decks, it was about 6. It reached a high of 6, but obviously there was profit taking, and the SLP price dropped down, but I'm sure it's going to bounce back as well. So keeping even 3.2 in mind, you just need to have 200 SLP daily, and in 15 days time you can buy a Axie in the current market price, and you will get a good Axie. As I said, I showed you the Axie, it's an excellent Axie, and like that. But in order to do that, you need to do your research about what cards are in the meta and what's basically used by the top players. Now I have links in my description that you can use. You have the card explorer, you have different other tools available on those websites which you can use to come to know which are the top cards that you need to buy and which are the type of Axies that you need to buy. Alright, and there are tons of videos out there, and the best person you can listen to is Indes when it comes to explaining the type of teams that you need to have and the type of abilities that work. And this guy explains everything so well, and he shows it with experience, because he's one of the top players in Axie Infinity, and he has been so for season after season. So that's one person you need to listen to and understand what he's explaining, and that's something you need to do before you buy your team. Another person that you need to listen to is basically Axie Explain. This guy has excellent videos. He has certain videos that just give you precise information about abilities, about card draws, about just about everything a beginner needs to, who's entering into Axie Infinity. And even if you've been in the game quite some time, have a read to his, have a listen to his videos. You might learn something new as well. So as you can see here, I have 3 Axies that you can buy in less than 1.5 months. If your SLP is 200 a day, you just need a total of 3000 SLP every 15 days, and you can have your own team. And having your own team is something that you need to focus on, and you should keep that as your goal. I mean, you should have the mindset of a businessman and think ahead, think of earning more money, and think of having your own money, being your own boss. That's what's very, very important. And so for scholars with lower MMR, you'd say, okay, you are making 200 a day, I cannot make 200 a day. Yes, for that reason I've shown you a different chart down here where you just need to make 100 SLP a day, and with 100 SLP a day for 30 days, that's 3000. That comes to the same as the money which I'm talking on top. So it will obviously be double the time which I have taken to buy my Axie, but in 3 months time you can have your own team, and this is realistic. But to do this, in order to do this, you need to basically have saving and have a very strong willpower to control your wants and your needs, because that's what's one of the most important things that we as as my wife and myself, that we were able to achieve our target only because we knew how to control our wants and needs, and we made a lot of sacrifices, and that's how we were able to buy these 10 Axies. And if you can see, we have some 10 excellent Axies, and it didn't happen overnight. All right, so it takes time, and you need to understand that when you have money in your hand, you need to utilize it well. Buy what is required for yourself, for your house, but the rest of it you need to save. Keep a goal in mind, and it is achievable. As I've shown you, you can achieve it as a scholar as well. If you have 100 SLP a day for 30 days, that's 3000 SLP, and at the current market rate, considering the fact that the rates on the market are still at this rate, which I bought the Axie on October 26, if it still continues this way, you can have a really good team, a powerful team that can get you at least 1800 to 2000 MMR, and that's what's basically going to help you to achieve more SLP. Because the higher the MMR, that's when you're going to get the real money. That's when you're going to get 15 to 18 SLP per game. And if you have like even a 50% win rate, okay, as I said, I've shown you on 20 energy, and now I have 40 energy with a 20% win rate. That's a whole lot of money which I'm able to gain just for playing in the arena, and I'm able to achieve that only by the type of plan that I've had, and the type of the goals that I've had in mind. And it was not easy to come up with this. As I said, today's video is so special because it's like a return of investment for us. We are able to achieve our goal of hitting a really high SLP target, and that's not something small, having 5741 SLP. That's a whole lot of money that I earned in just less than 11 days, because as I said, I bought it on 26th of October, and today is the 6th of November, and in just about 11 days, obviously if we had the full 15 days, I'm sure we could have made more than that, but we're still happy with what we did, because that's a really big number for us, and I'm so glad that we were able to achieve this number. All right, so keeping all this in mind, I hope this is motivating enough for y'all to focus on what goals y'all have in mind, and also think ahead for the future. As I said, don't just get stuck on being a scholar. Think of running your own scholarship, think of running your own breeding farms. As you can see here, I've already bred this Axie, and I plan to breed more when I have money. And this is a slow process. It's not overnight, it's not overnight that you can come up with something like this, but you need to do this. See, I've already flipped this. When I bred this one, I already flipped this Axie. As you can see, it came out as the parent, and I was able to flip it. What date was this? It was September 28th. At this time it was 0.086, but that was more than what I had paid for the breeding fee. And that time the breeding fee was 4 AX, but they've reduced it right now. But that was I still managed to recover my money because Ethereum was really high at that point of time. Alright, so there are different ways by which you can make money. There are many good players that you need to also watch and learn their gameplays in the arena. You have, as I mentioned, you have Indes. Then you have these are all Axie GG pro players like Kharaiu, Ruthless, Redge. Okay, and if you are from the Philippines, I know many of the Axie players are from the Philippines. You need to also follow KookoCryptotv. Okay, he has a whole lot of videos as well explaining to you the basics of Axie Infinity and how, and he covers about almost every possible thing that you can think about, and that will also be in your local language as well. Okay, and if you're interested in breathing and if you're interested in actually making a business out of this, I suggest you also follow NFT Guru. Now this guy is a Canadian guy who's a businessman, who claims to be a businessman, and the knowledge that he imparts with regards to focusing on Axie Infinity as a business is amazing, and you need to follow these guys. And if you're from the Axie Infinity community of India, we have some of the top pro players of India like Prathap and Ironman and Jaga. These guys are excellent, and they've been on the top of the leaderboards for season after season, and you need to follow them as well. It's my advice to you to not just follow them on Facebook, but also make a Twitter account, because that's where all the main guys of Axie Infinity are, and that's where you have all the upcoming events and tournaments, and there's so much to learn from them. And they put out all their tweets in terms of what they're doing with their breeding farms, as well as their what all they are doing with their scholarships and how they're putting out scholarships. There's so much to learn. So if you want to start your own scholarship program, as I told you, of your breeding farm, follow NFT Guru. And as I told you, for the other guys, for the gaming, you need to follow Indes. He will explain to you in detail about every single gameplay, and he has proof, because he's one of the season leaders time and again. He's on Facebook, he's on Twitter, and these are some of the top guys that we have learned from, and I'm just sharing that with you all. I'm not a pro player, but that's the information I can share with you all, which has helped me to reach where I've reached today. As you can see, this is a huge amount for me, and I'm sure it's a huge amount for you as well in 15 days, and it feels good to not have to pay this to anyone. And I'm paying myself first, and obviously I'm not going to stop here. I want to start my own scholarship as well, but first you need to feed yourself, and once you're satisfied, you need to help feed others as well. And that's my goal, and that's what I plan to achieve. All right, I know it's big goals, but you need to do it slowly. So it takes a lot of sacrifice, it takes a lot of effort, and you're going to certainly achieve it. So I'm just going to claim this right now. I'm going to claim. Actually, I'm not going to claim it myself. I'm going to ask my wife to do that, because we've been doing this together. So I'm going to give her the pleasure of claiming this big, huge amount. Our final goal of 40 energy that we were able to achieve. Not our final goal, but it was one of our main goals, and we were able to do that. So she's going to do that right now. So that's her clicking, yeah. Okay, as you can see now, I just need to she just needs to confirm the transaction on the Ronin blockchain. So that's how normally you would confirm a transaction when you, even if you're putting an Axie up for auction as well. Alright, you get 100 free transaction. This is right now, but they've said that this is going to be chargeable in future once Ron is going to be one of the tokens for the gas fees. Alright, so here you go. That should take about a second to refresh, because it has to pass through the blockchain like any other blockchain transaction. Alright, we just give it a second to refresh. So if it shows, maybe it will show a small balance, I think so, or probably it's allowed me to click. It's allowed me to claim everything, so it's still showing claimable, but just give it a few seconds. We're doing this live right now, so let's just check the wallet. It does take time because it has to pass through the blockchain, and knowing the amount of transactions that are happening right now. Okay, it shows success, so I should be seeing this in my wallet any second under assets. Alright, here you go. So 5,941, that's about 479.98 US dollars. I think that's a whole lot of money, and we're just thankful to God. You need to thank God for making the impossible things possible. I mean, nothing is possible if you don't believe in God and believe that He can make things possible for you. Alright, So I hope y'all do like this video, and I hope it was motivating and insightful to y'all. And I do hope that all of y'all can grow as well and make as much money as we are able to make right now. So there's a whole lot of tools and resources out there, and I just hope that y'all can use it to your benefit, so that you can grow as well and you can help others to grow as well. Hopefully one day you can start your own scholarship program as well. So look ahead and keep that entrepreneurial mindset going. Alright, so if you do like this video, do subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like this video and share it with your family and friends as well. And do join us again for new videos coming up. We have a whole lot of videos on our channel. Check out the 1 versus 3 videos. We have a whole lot of videos 1 versus 3. It's not easy. When you have like about 50 or 60 games 1 versus 3, that's not by luck. You need to watch those games. Alright, so maybe you can pick up something like that, and probably you can pick up Axies like that as well. So I hope you like this video, and do join us again in future. Thanks so much and have a nice day.